have Mr. Rajiv Goyal, CEO and whole-time director of EKI Power Trading Pvt Limited. With a distinguished career spanning over 28 years, Mr. Goyal brings a wealth of experience and expertise in the energy sector. In the new position, he will lead the company in fulfilling its objectives, which include trading in electricity, renewable energy certificates, carbon credits, and other related products. His extensive professional journey includes notable tenure with esteemed organizations such as RPSG Group at NPCL Greater Noida, Secure Meters, Mott MacDonald Consultants, and Mercados Energy Marketing. Today, Mr. Goyal will talk about grid modernization, ongoing challenges, and future outlook. So let's welcome Mr. Goyal.
So what we are discussing today is with the future challenges, the ongoing challenging and the future outlook. So first of all, we have to understand who are the stakeholders and what are the requirements in the entire value chain. So if we consider that first is the customer. So the customer is someone who requires only two things. One is that the 24/7 electricity, and that too at an affordable prices. Now the janitor, they want the high load factor and low cost of operations. The reason being that high load factor means where they are able to, if they are able to achieve say more than 85-90%, so their cost of operation also. So in the transmission system, they actually want the highest level of the grid reliability. And fortunately in India we have a system after 2014. We have built up such robust network that almost 99 point kind of 7 or 8% kind of transmission reliability we are having today. In the entire transmission system is divided into the 5 zones, and the second slide, what we are able to yes please. So in what we are able to achieve that we can transfer the power from one zone to the other zone, which we call the region. The DISCOM, the first thing is that they want the 100% cost recovery, and for cost recovery they have to go to the regulator. And regulator, like in India, transmission and DISCOM, they are under regulatory regime and license regime, and wherein even the generators who are supplying power in the section 62, so they also have to take approval from their tariff. So the regulators, the first job is that the prudent cost to be identified, and they provide the tariff balancing the cost and the affordability of the customers, and also in terms of energy efficiency. Another stakeholder operations is the power market operations. The power transactions with right price discovery in the market to facilitate all stakeholders. This is one of the most important parameters, because almost 80% cost nowadays is of the power. So in this, all stakeholders, what we actually understand that the creation of data points, the recording of data points, storing, analysis, communication to other systems, iterating and providing auto solutions, protection from interference by the outsiders, and forecast for situation in real-time basis is one of the paramount importance for all the stakeholders to achieve the targets. So right from the beginning of the creation of the data points, so everywhere we need the systems, softwares, hardware devices, and the process wherein we can actually collect the data, we can record the data, analyze the data, we can store the data in a manner that it is not being through cyber security threat, etc. This does not make a difficulty for the future. Next please. So systems in utilities, they are generally like SCADA, DCS, GMS, EMS, ADMS, OMS. They are already implemented at most of the generator and transmission and DISCOM sites. Smart prepayment meters are under installation. I feel that in another 4 years, this smart meter installation for 24 crore houses will be over. Feeder RTU are mostly installed in the urban feeders and industrial feeders, and definitely in time to go on, they will be installed in almost rural feeders also. Advanced softwares are already there for the power demand forecast, which are under development. In many states, they have achieved more than 3% kind of 97% kind of accuracy, and they are ready to achieve the almost 99% kind of accuracy in time to come with the proper weather data. And after installation of a smart meter and the grid meter and the DT meter, they will be having the data points wherein the this power demand forecast will be kind of related to almost 90 to 19.5%. Then ETRM and market operation systems are providing solutions on the real-time energy transactions, wherein they are actually capturing the power demand generation, the gaps, and they are also creating the contracts on the online, wherein they can actually enter into the transaction on the power exchange, etc. Then GIC is under implementation in many urban areas, and time to come it will be progressing using the drone technologies. ABT meters at most of the grid stations are available up to 33 kV feeders, and now the data is being analyzed, and they are finding that how the DSM can be reduced using the integrated data of the ABT meters. Most of the utilities have transformer bring software. CRM is still an issue at many utilities, yet many developments are coming into the system. However, the most of the information is available in a compartmentalized manner. I mean, there are multiple systems, multiple softwares are there, and they are all put up providing information in a compartmentalized manner. So, utility need a data lake wherein the entire integrated format automatically to make logical decision at faster speed is available to the management. The problem difficulty in the utilities are that every year the load is increasing almost by 7 to 10%, and their manpower is also decreasing. So at the management level, they want, they want to take a fast decision. So the basic need is that the informations, the integrated information should be available from multiple sources, so that they can take a right decision. Next, please. So network planning for the robust grid is one of the most important thing nowadays. What happens that a junior engineer actually, they design the system at their manually, and they feel that this feeder is overloaded, so they provide another feeder, and they do not understand that whether a DT is to be provided, a feeder is to be provided, or any other methodology is to be provided. So network planning is to be done using the load growth and reliability requirements, and for that purpose entire utilities, almost 99% of the utilities, they are having the similar kind of operations for the network planning. And the industry should come forward to provide a SaaS model. You know what happens, because in such kind of network planning models or any kind of software or hardware, the utilities actually, they feel that the value will not come up. So the value has to be shown to them, and if we can provide a model like software as a solution or something else, so that the network planning is done using the load growth, existing and proposed network, phase-wise implementation plan, cost for development, integrated solar energy, present expected technical losses, the cost of O&M loaded with the data points and self-healing features. So such a grid, if we can provide a design including the cost, etc., and the O&M, etc. So the DISCOM will be able to find out, yes, this is the saving to me, and we should use this software. So probably do not sell the software, you sell the services to the utilities, and utilities will be ready to accept that, because the regulator will also feel that using this software they are able to save the capital cost, and that is why they are able to reduce their tariff also. So drone services may also be required for a real accurate survey, wherein this software actually can have a inline data accuracy. And optical fiber network is one of the biggest thing which every utility has to do. So now utility generally they do not have much of the funds available, so industry can actually come, and already policies are there, they can utilize their poles, etc. They put their own optical fiber cables, they provide some fibers to the DISCOM, and they can use in a commercial manner some fibers. So that is the way in a PPP model this optical fiber network can be created, and data for even DISCOMs can also be transferred from one place to another, because this is a need that like the in the grid components like feeder, DT, RMU, they should not only communicate to the control room on outages, they should also self-heal, but also using AI and ML, they should indicate the probability of failure in the advance. And this is possible when the communication is on the real time basis, and that real time basis, we cannot depend on the telecom services, we have to depend on our own fiber network. So these are the very much the key points which are available for the utilities, and industry should come forward, and they can provide the solutions for that. Next please. Then integrated solutions on the customer demand to energy scheduling. So I mean, grid is today we say the one nation, one grid. So it means that the customer demand to the generator. So we should be able to communicate in a manner and take the response immediately, so that there is no grid disturbances are in the happening. So utility performs multiple functions from power procurement to customer billing, and there are multiple departments for that. So operations is being a very very complex structure, and similarly their manpower, employee, the compartments and the departments are there. So integrating those departments is requiring that there must be some kind of integrated solutions, and the solutions will actually provide the faster response to the situation, and the faster the response, the lower will be the operational cost. And what happens that when there are number of multiple or departments, and they are holding their own informations, and these informations are not integrated, so definitely due to certain vested interest, the inefficiency is also grabbed into the system. So when we are having the integrated solutions, like I said, data lake, which covering all the softwares and hardwares and IoT devices, so then integrated solution can be provided. And from customer demand, whenever it is going high, because say like in a state like UP, in a one part there is a rain, another part there is a heavy sun. So one side the all the feeders are going down, the other side they need the heavy power, and some of the devices are out. So this kind of situation should also be covered into that integrated solution and reaching to the system in a faster manner, so that the power market solutions, so they can actually take these inputs, and according to they can take the actions to whether to take the own the purchase more power, or they have to sell the power, or they have to back down the generators, etc. So integrated solution to cover accurate power demand computed upstream from the division level, covering also field operations like feeder outage, DT outage, new consumer supply schedule, etc. Demand should connect energy scheduling and energy trading modules. Then final energy schedule to allocate energy time block wise to each division to enable division to distribute according to allocation. Energy accounting system to determine energy losses on a daily basis. Post smart meter installation, and definitely revenue management system to provide overall consumer billing and collection on a real time basis kind of thing. I mean, once the smart meters are available, so every day we can see maybe in every 1 hour we can see that how much is the billing is done, how much collection is done. Then targets achievement and variations from regulatory approvals can be reflected in the dashboard. So integrated solution with AI development capability in the form of data lake as a SaaS model needed to be implemented to eliminate inefficiency and democratize decision-making process in real-time basis and transparent manner. Next, please. Value chain applications to utilities. Most applications or innovative ideas of industry are avoided, delayed by utilities generally, because till it matures. The reason being the industry needs to develop value chain products as SaaS or leasing model to reduce cost and business complexity. So what happens when some person actually develop a product or a service and they reach to utility? Now they are having their own troubles, and immediately someone goes there and they just try to sell it out. So you will definitely find some kind of delay or some kind of avoidance. The reason being, no one want as a human being to add more complexity or more difficulties in their operations or the business activity or in the real life also. So when we provide something on the SaaS model or the leasing model, so they also understand someone is investing, it means he is also very much concerned that the product should actually work. So employee number per kilowatt hour is decreasing in every utility every year. Regulatory and procurement compliances are also increasing very stringently in every year. So great digitalization, asset to asset communication capability, interoperability of the solutions. It's not that someone is giving five for say entire feeder. All the feeders are covered under the RTU, and there are 5 kind of RTU, and the one RTU is getting filled, so the other RTU cannot replace it. So one cannot have so much of inventory also. So the solution need to be with the interoperability and scalability and integration with other solutions or of other brands, because there are many brands who come up with the solutions that this is our proprietary design. So this proprietary design kind of things, they want to create a monopoly, but utilities are not ready to accept any more such kind of monopoly. So we should actually work on a models which can be, if they want to integrate with other models, so or other brands, so that should be possible. And because ultimately the utility want to reduce cost and improve collection and network reliability. So great response in new relatives of RE integration. RE integration is very much required, because in the grid, not only that the utilities are purchasing solar power, wind power, or any other kind of power. Even from the consumer side, there are a lot of solar power is being generated and is feeding into the grid. And when we are saying that the people in the control room, so they do not have even the system level kind of informations available with them as of now, due to the lack of the data points, etc. So definitely at the consumer level, if something is happening, so it becomes very difficult for them to manage the thing. So great response in new relatives of RE integration, so that industry has to come up with the solutions. Auto rerouting of the network in outages. So whenever there are outages, so we should actually design the systems in a manner, and we should provide the solutions that if one feeder is out or some source feeder is out, so how we can actually reroute the feeder to some healthy feeders, or how the faulty portion of the feeder is getting out and the healthy feeder is coming into the system. Then changes in consumer demand is happening. Yeah, a lot of people are purchasing the EV. The cooking is also coming onto the electricity, and a lot of people are also traveling. So the things keep on changing. The consumer demand keep on changing. So we have to actually capture those kind of incidents also. And tariff incentives for the demand response by the consumers to be promoted with innovative solutions. So demand response probably after the smart meter installation will become a kind of reality in India also. And for this, actually, we have to provide the tariff incentives. So at a time in the daytime when the solar power will come in a very huge manner, people are saying that after 2032, 33, the solar power will become so high that in some of the time slots, the solar power will be available at rupee 1. So if that kind of the situation is there, we need to actually design a system wherein we can communicate online to the consumers that you use more power, and this the electricity bill for this extra usage will be only say 1 rupee only. So that is the way we can create the demand. We can also, during the high demand, we can say to the consumer, okay, you reduce your demand, you will get a 1 rupee relief from the tariff, or you will get a 1 rupee discount, so or an incentive. So we need to demand response solutions available in our system, maybe by 2028, 2029. But yes, it's a huge market, and we should work on it, and solution be acceptable by regulators also. So why I'm saying the regulators also, because they have to approve the cost. So before that you reach to the any kind of utility, you must also go to the regulator's office. You tell them that this is the solution, this is the way the consumer service will improve, the network reliability will increase, and you can also decrease the tariff, or you can actually provide the solutions. So future outlook of the is it the change of the slide?
Yes.
In the future outlook for the utility, the solar power integration with grid and billing settlements under open access, net metering, net billing, banking of power, and also compliance to maintain DSM. So multiple things are happening. So we have to provide the solar integration with the grid and bill settlement. So bill settlement is one of the biggest issue, because we are not actually captured such kind of varied policies into our billing system. So we need to develop the billing system, and this billing system should be in a manner that the one system should be able to cover up many utilities. Then decentralized battery storage, energy efficient equipment deployment, demand side management, group energy generation and storage projects like virtual power plants, group net metering, and virtual net metering. It's a huge market potential available with the industry. Aging network, the network in the distribution especially is aging very fast, and this network need to be come up. So like very recently the Rajasthan had come up with the 10 substations in the PPP mode, wherein the private partner has to implement the commission 10 substations along with the 33 kV lines. And the similar kind of situations can happen in the other discoms also. So industry should be ready to come up and invest into the grid also. Then EV deployment, enhance digital load in the system, because everywhere the digital devices are increasing, so naturally the digital load will also increase a lot. Then communication network challenges are there. So I said that own fiber network is to be developed, and for that discom may not be the right body to implement. Industry should come up and lay the cables and share the revenue or share the fibers. Peer-to-peer power transaction by customers and billing settlement, Delhi and UP and I think Karnataka also, they have brought up the policies. A lot of consumers after the PM Surya Yojana, they are going to have surplus energy also, and they will be able to sell to their peers, to the fellow citizens. So, but no one in India is yet to implement this kind of solution. So industry is having the huge capability and the potential also in this field. Regulators have issued regulations, but mostly not implemented by utilities due to the complexity of the energy and billing settlement. So this is one of the biggest thing that industry should actually read the regulations also before developing the products. So it's not that only the product will actually provide some kind of solution. So that solution should also come up in a manner that the regulations are being compliant, and the existing energy and billing settlement of the system of the utility. So that's how that can also be integrated. So this kind of things we should actually take care. So industry has to focus on the products and services, on lease, SaaS, and energy as a service, using blockchain modeling for transactions like peer-to-peer, historical data usage, and developing AI platform for quicker decisions like in the power forecast and the outage forecast and cyber security solutions. And I am saying that all data should be on the cloud now. It's no utility should actually keep the data in their physical format or in their premises. Then IoT and communicable devices for asset life improvement is a very, very important thing in utility which is required. And like our distribution transformer, the failure rate in many of the states are almost 8 to 10%. So you see what kind of revenue or the capital asset we are losing. And if we can provide the IoT and communicable device for this kind of assets, so we can save life and we can actually reduce the O&M also. And cloud computing to reduce the hardware costs. Next, please. So, as an EKI Energy Services and EKI Power Trading, we are committed to Mother Earth by promoting of energy efficiency technologies alternative to fossil fuel for energy requirement. We are the largest one in the carbon trading. We are improving life conditions of women in the world with higher thermal efficiency, smokeless cooking stoves. So, we have provided somewhere around almost 1 million cooking stoves, and these cooking stoves are distributed free of cost, and people are getting the investors are getting the carbon credits for that. So any industry person and industry group, if they are interested, so we are very much ready to join the hands, including, and this investment can come into the CSR also. So we can discuss whenever we are being called upon. So we are working on the making the grid greener, and we are providing insights to industry on development of products and services which are regulatory compliant, impacts in reduction of carbon emission, monetize utility industry actions, or energy or process efficiency with carbon trading. So this is what I wanted to discuss and talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Goyal, for sharing your views on grid modernization, ongoing challenges, and future outlook.